Two, one. Okay, hello, welcome. My name is Walter Sanchez. I am really nervous about this conference because this is the first time I speak in English. So please excuse my English because I never studied English, but I'm gonna try because I learned something in life. For the things to change, you have to change first. So I'm here. I am with an old friend from Omnilife. He's going to talk about how he's doing the business, and he's going to talk to us about everything in Omnilife. Welcome from San Francisco, Anatolij Tkatchinsky. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Fine.
Super. Okay.
Anatolij, how
Yes.
did you start with Omnilife?
Well, first, this is an honor to be with you here. It's a pleasure
Thank you.
with such a nice group that you made. Okay, but first, let's see. We are already 20 years with Omnilife, and let me show you something first, and I will share the screen. Okay. ¿Qué tengo que hacer ahorita? Okay.
Okay, that's right.
Great. Okay, so we are already 20 years with Omnilife, and my wife and myself, we start in Mexico. And the story comes a little bit like this. I am not a physician, I am a dentist. But when I was in the university, I was so good in one of the subjects, that is pathology, that I became sort of a helper the next year with the people that were studying that subject. So for a few years, I was teaching pathology, especially the lab, with a microscope, see how, the disease you can see. And that made that in the future, when I was in Mexico, I was invited to be a professor in medicine. And I was teaching in medicine, I was teaching physiology, and I was teaching anatomy. So the idea of this is that since I knew a lot about pathology, I knew a lot about physiology, I knew a lot about anatomy, I was supposed to know how to take care of my health. Well, that was really far from the truth because I had 8 different problems, and I felt that that was normal. It was normal to get sick because as the time passed, with age comes, every problem. But I wasn't talking about too much age. I was talking about, less than 30 years. So less than 30 years, I already had 8 different problems with my health. And when I was in Mexico, there's a friend of mine that he came and he talked to me about Omnilife. I say, hey, this is Omnilife and we work with health. And I say, well, you are not going to teach me about health. So the way he came was the way he went out. I didn't pay attention. I didn't want to listen. But next week he was again. Next week he was again. And that happened for 3 months. For 3 months, he didn't stop coming every week with different things that he wanted to show me. I didn't want to listen until one day he told me there is a friend of ours coming. And just to say hello to that friend, I went to one of the meetings. In the meeting, this friend, Ricardo, he offered me a bottle that was yellow, looked heavy, and I didn't want to take it. So I didn't know how to say, I don't want it. So I asked him, how much is it? Because if he put a price on it, that would say an excuse to say no. But he said, no, of course, this is free. And I remember a joke that said, if it's free, give me 2. So I told him, if it's free, give me 2. He gave me 2 bottles. I didn't really pay attention to the meeting. I wasn't interested. But I had the 2 bottles. And when I came home, one of the problems was already working out. And this was something, that I couldn't understand. For my 8 different problems, one of them was my back. I had a problem with my back that was so bad that even in the university, when they did all the studies, they told me you have only two choices. One choice, surgery. Second choice, wheelchair. I said, gosh, I go for wheelchair. I don't want the surgery. I saw surgeries before, and I knew that that wasn't really a good deal. The other problem that was really worrying me about was my prostate. My prostate was so bad. And making a little bit of story, my father had that problem. And when he asked me, a few years ago, he asked me, hey, I have a problem with my prostate. They want to do surgery. He couldn't already urinate because he was urinating through a catheter. And I looked for almost 3 months for something to help him. I couldn't find anything. And now, at this time, I already had that problem. When my father had the surgery, he had two problems. One, he couldn't function as a man. And second, he was tripping. So he had to use, those things. So I was coming to the point where that was really a big concern. And after the two bottles that I had, when I got home, I felt much, much more pressure in the urine that I had. I said, wow, I didn't believe, I didn't want it, I didn't know anything, and it worked on me. So I said, wow, what is in the product is worth studying. And this is how my whole career started. I started studying and I got really excited. I said, wow, this is amazing. That everything was coming, was a different world. And I said, wow, I was
Yeah.
supposed to know about health and I didn't know anything. And this is sort of, what happens with all the physicians. They don't know anything about health. They know about disease, but that about health, there is not much that they know. So I embraced this and I said, wow, I saw two things. One, if I was supposed to know and I didn't know, what happened to those that they don't know? And the second one, I said, wow, if this is working really the way it's working, this is a great business because I can help a lot of people.
Of course.
And that's a basis for, health, basis for having a lot of money. So this was the beginning. I sort of felt like I was cheated in my career. I said, how come I don't know about all this? This is something that I said, well, this has to be something that everybody knows. So I became studying, I became teaching, and this is how everything developed. But one of the things, the most important thing, is that all those problems that I had, they all went away. And I want to show you, this is in 2006. I was giving a speech in Veracruz, and this is how I was at that time. Now, this is already 2009, and this was not long time ago. So one of the
You,
things,
you, you look younger right now.
actually, if you compare the two of them,
Yeah.
you can see a big difference.
Yes.
You know, everything changing in my life. So my life had a sort of a turning point from that on. And I want to share that because one of the things that I believe and I saw in many people in these 20 years that we are already in this business, and it went so good that here we are sharing one of the things that it says the Millionaire Club, and this is something that was 2 years ago. So they gave us this recognition,
Yes.
and this means that the company paid us more than $1 million, you know, that we earned, and that was a change of lifestyle, change of everything. In the beginning, when we started Omnilife, we were living in this house.
Really?
Yeah, 27 feet. That was it. Was so beat up when it was raining outside, was raining inside. So this was the kitchen, like you see. This was a tap. That was the bedroom. You can slide one thing, and that they were just sleeping right in the top. This was our house. This is how we start when we begin Omnilife. Okay, now we live here. This is our house right in a corner.
Whoa, that's amazing.
This is a closed community. You can enter only through this and this street. Nobody, you cannot exit through any other side. So everyone that comes to that neighborhood, they have to be from the neighborhood or do something else. It's something that is closed.
Yes.
Everyone has a swimming pool, and you can see this is closer look to our house. So there's
Wow.
a big difference. And I really tried a lot in my life, those 30 years before OmniLife, or actually 40 years before OmniLife. I really tried. I never could say that I have really, something to show about, financial money, all that stuff. And this is what happened in these 20 years, but less than 20 years. I think in 4 years, we already were stable, financially independent. So this is actually what I believe that everybody can make, everybody can do it. If, a physician can do it, everyone can do it. Okay, this is actually, I didn't have a photo but this was the model of a combi I had when we started OmniLife. There is one window that was broken. I couldn't fix it. I didn't have the money. And these are the cars we are driving now.
Whoa.
Lexus are top of the line. This is, and of course, there is something that I really appreciate, that I have a lot of free time. I have my own garden. You see in the left, some leaves are there. This is one grapefruit, and in the back you see the swimming pool. But I have the time now to do all this also. I have the money, I have the health, I have the time. And
That's
this is
amazing.
something I believe is amazing, no? This is
That's
a
amazing.
this is what is coming from my backyard, from my garden. You see how, there's and this is everything organic. Wow, it's amazing. And this is the green stuff. I dry them in this uh, device that I have in the right side.
A container, right?
Yeah, this is actually a dehydrator, and
Okay.
it makes really without. Then I grind everything, and I use all the spices, everything. They're coming from my garden. Okay, so this is basically, my lifestyle. This is what I'm doing now, spending a lot of time with my garden, with the business, but I have time for everything. This is the most important part, I think. And this is what I say, this is about lifestyle. This is only life for me.
Yeah.
And this is, I don't know if you saw, this is from the last cruise that we made, the Allure of the Sea.
Yes, in Europe.
And this is something that I will say, what about you that are listening? What will be your lifestyle that you want in your life? What is that you want? What is it that you want for you, for your family, for your kids? Where would you like to spend your life? What schools would you like them to go? How much travel would you like to make? This will be the lifestyle. And it's something that before OmniLife, actually we sleep in a car. We didn't have any chance to go to hotels. And now, believe me, no, we are going to the first class hotels, and this is completely different now. But again, OmniLife is about health. And one of the things that I teach is that you can fire your doctor, because very soon you have to know more about health than a doctor knows, more about nutrition that he knows. So actually, why should you go to a doctor asking for an opinion about nutrition or health if you know more than he does? So it's about health. And let me tell you, I am already 67. I'm going to be 67 in a month. And I feel better than when I was 30.
Whoa.
And I say to my wife, I want to live until 120. And she says, are you sure you think you can do it? I say, I will die trying. But
Yes,
this
of
is the
course.
idea, no? The idea that now I have more energy than I used to have, when I was younger, much half of my age. So this is what we can do when we start learning how to be healthy. And this is the main subject or the main point for us in Omnilife. Now, it's about time freedom. You know, it's really great that I can have an office any place I want. I can go to the beach and this will be my office, or it could be your office. You don't have to work hours. You have your own pace. We work really hard for, I believe, 2 years, year and a half. And after that, we sort of relax and start living life, working also. That is also, for me, is not really work, and start enjoying life. So this is freedom, time freedom to do whatever you want, time freedom to be with your kids, be with your wife. In the morning is really amazing that I can stay with my wife and talk about things. I know it's 10, 11 in the morning. I don't care. I don't have to punch a clock. I don't have to go to work. This is amazing. But also, this is what I like. I took it from Robert Kiyosaki. I say, I'm not going after the money. I'm going after one dream: be free. Wow. And this is, I think, for me, one of the most important parts of life. Feel free. I feel free to work, feel free to not work, free to go anywhere. My wife tells me I want to go to Mexico with my parents. Okay, just go, you know, that's kind of freedom. So it's also about having fun. Wow, more than 30 different countries,
Whoa.
and going in style, luxury. You know, this is the last trip in Barcelona with a group of friends from Mexico and Peru. This is in Rome. So this is one of the things that I say that is important is own your life. Not let anybody own your life. Before Omnilife, I used to be a manager in one of the companies, and believe me, I didn't have a life. That was company's life, not mine.
Yes, I understand.
Now you own your life. So this is something. Be with a lot of friends, and also build and make your dream come true. I was looking for a house, and somebody showed me, and this was my dream. I don't know if you saw, the house has a different, like another building. This is where I do my business. I have everything that you need to have, projectors, everything I have in that place. And wow, this was my dream house. Now I have bigger dreams. This is one of the things that you build your dreams and you make new dreams and you have new goals, and it's amazing. And also dream vacations. This is what I like. I love. Not only have the all the trips that we make with Omnilife, but also we do our own trips. Like we went to Canada, spent some time in Canada. We went to Merida, Yucatan, and we spent a month there. We went to Ecuador. We spent 5 weeks in Ecuador. This is something that I love. Dream vacations. We were on that ship. Wow, that was amazing. And also the most exotic places I believe in the world. We were there, not only us, but 2,000, 3,000 others, yeah, like family from my life. Okay, and also memories. I believe that you know we we see our friends, we enjoy them, spend time with them, and all those memories of the trips and the people that we care and we like. And last one is thanks to Omnilife, you create a better version of yourself. I am not the Anatolij that started 20 years ago. And I love this. I love this, but I couldn't find in any other work that you develop yourself and you become a better you. Okay, now let's see how the health part works. This is a system that I developed to make it easy and simple.
Yes,
And in
yes.
this system, we have like a scale and has a one dish on one side and the other on the other side. And one dish is about all the toxins that you get, and the other dish is about the nutrients that you get. And basically, health is about only those two things. If the left side becomes heavy for the air you breathe, for all the contamination, with all the things we use, all the things we eat, it's amazing. Not long ago, I wrote I went through a book that was talking about how contaminated is the earth, and wow, it's amazing. You don't want to see that. You don't want to know. So actually, there's a lot of toxins that we acquire with the water, with air, with everything. But there are some that you are in control. So if the left side is heavy and you don't use nutrients on the right side, little by little, your body gets weaker and weaker, and you go down. And this is where 90% of the people are. And in about 10, 20, 30 years, you develop a disease. You can get a cancer, you can get diabetes, whatever. And you say, last year or yesterday or last week, they said that I am diabetic. No, you develop your diabetes for 10, 20, or 30 years. And this is the basis. If people understand that they need the nutrients every day, they need 90 different nutrients, and they start giving your body what your body needs to work, well, then health is coming. And this is my basic scheme that says one disease only, because the only thing that happens in your body is that your cell gets sick. And there are two causes, and this is too much toxins and not too much nutrients. And there are 5 roads for health. You know, I don't want to go into this now, but just to show you that it's very simple to be healthy. There's only 2 things you have to take care about. And I want to show you, this is Margarita, and Margarita, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in her early 30s, and she was told that in a short time she will be wheelchair because she was losing already control over her her legs. She couldn't walk already, and in less than 5 years, the doc five I'm sorry, less than 5 months, the doctor told her, "You don't have anything anymore. You are okay."
Wow.
So this is what can happen when you start using the system. Somebody that she had a kid, and the kid was still, not walking, was really few months old. And she was told that somebody will take care of her instead of she taking care of, the family. So that was really sad. And this is amazing how it can happen. Okay, I would like to, last Saturday,
It's okay. It's okay. You can continue.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Uh-oh. Se me fue. Ah, no, here it is. Let me see. Okay. Last Saturday, I went and interviewed Miguel Angel, and he had, I would say, diabetes. I would like to see. I made a short video.
Ahora sí, cuéntame, Miguel Ángel, ¿cómo empezó toda esta historia de tu diabetes?
We are not watching the video, only listening.
No?
No, we are not watching the video.
Uh-oh.
You have to share the screen.
Okay,
let
me check if I am doing that.
Okay. Yes, okay. It was diagnosed when I was 33. Okay. Now we can see the video.
Ahora tengo 53 años. Se me disparó y empecé a tener muchos problemas. Al inicio quisiera entrar al Golden Gate porque yo con diabetes ya para qué quería vivir. Pues cambié mi estilo de vida. Me asustó bastante la idea de verme en un futuro sin mis pies, sin vista, porque es lo primero que se empieza a aprender cuando tengo diabetes. Pues un buen amigo mío que tengo, que quiero mucho, se llama Salvador Jiménez, me platicó de Omnilife, yo empecé a hacer burla de que eso no existe, de que solamente quieres vender el producto, quieres ser médico a Vergara, que esto, que el otro. Ya el más delgado, más saludable, yo no me animaba, yo quería decir, mi ritmo de vida, yo era en exceso, de postre, comiendo pan, comiéndome un pancito tostado con mermelada, yo no quería cambiar. A estas alturas, estaba yo bastante preocupado porque, pues bueno, cada 2 años tengo que renovar mi certificado médico por mi licencia y no bajaban mis niveles, no bajaban arriba de 170, 180, no bajaban, estaba bien preocupado.
¿Cuántos medicamentos tomabas?
No, sí, estaba tomando 1000 miligramos en la mañana de metformina, 10 miligramos de Glyburide y 5 miligramos de otro medicamento que no recuerdo el nombre. En total, en la mañana 1015 miligramos y en la noche 1010. O sea que ya estaba ya me había dicho mi doctor que esa última pastilla era la última. Como vamos a acabarle, a ver si con esta pastilla yo quiero y deseo de vivir sin medicamento. Y si se puede vivir sin diabetes, ¿cómo no? Volví a dejar el medicamento por completo, ya viendo que sí había una reacción con medicamentos. Afortunadamente, de hace 2 semanas para acá, mis niveles de azúcar están por debajo de los 120. Nuevamente, sí cambié mi estilo de vida. Adiós quesos, adiós leche, adiós lácteos, adiós cereales, adiós harina. Y afortunadamente, del día que empecé el reto a esta fecha, que estamos ahorita 16 de enero del 2016, he perdido 14 libras. Me hace sentir a gusto. Y en realidad estoy sorprendidísimo. No dejo el reto continuar para mí mismo. El reto lo cumplí a 1 mes. Acaba de llegar. Aquí empecé cuando lo ordené. Porque ya estaba así, la panza inflada. Ahorita ya le tuve que hacer 3 hoyitos más. Ya estoy en el segundo.
Wow.
Ya llevo en el segundo. O sea,
that was amazing.
Okay, I didn't have the time to do the last part. It's kind of really, it's a lot of work putting all those letters. But I will have that in a YouTube, I believe, tomorrow or the day after. So if somebody wants to see it, it's going to be 30 minutes. Yes, I just make it short, so I don't take so much time in the presentation. Okay, So let me see. Now I have to share the screen again, I guess. Yes. Okay, so this is what I was saying. Imagine Miguel Angel was told that diabetes uh, only can be controlled. There is no cure. And all of a sudden, in less than a month, he is having, those levels without any medication in less than 120. And this will still improve. And in about 10 days, he will go through all the exams for his licensing for, driving. And I believe that he will get from a doctor because they will do the last test of the hemoglobin A1C. And well, I guess he will tell me you don't have diabetes anymore. This is something unusual. Okay, so if you want to see this, from Margarita, it's made in Spanish, but I have a channel in YouTube. You can go and look for it. And let's see how this works. Okay, first, the idea of joining Omnilife is to not shop anymore right here. Just switch your shopping places. Instead of buying right there, you will buy right here. This is the idea. Or you can call and UPS will deliver to your door all the products. So this is really easy. Instead of going to the supermarket and buy all the stuff that make you sick, make you diabetic, will make you, whatever you want to name it, cancer or whatever, then you will get for the healthiest things. So again, if I take somebody and he says, I am in 100%, the first thing I will do is go to the kitchen, go to the pantry, go to the fridge, and say, what can we throw away from here? And you can put the products in your pantry, in your fridge. You can go to your bathroom and you go through the whole house and replace what you were using. You save that money and replace it with healthy stuff. This is the basic of this. So if that person wants to really be in, he has to make the changes. Now, this will be the pantry already with all the superfoods. Instead of drinking things that make you diabetic, that will bring you cancer, will bring you problems with your bones, will bring you problems with your nervous system, many, many problems. Instead of that, you will switch for this that it will protect your liver, will regenerate your liver, or you can take this that will take the parasite away, and especially candida, that this is fungus, or you can have a product that will take care of your kidneys or something that will help you to lose weight. This is just a basic change. If you drink coffee, why don't you drink coffee with something that has a mineral that is so amazing that you need so you start losing weight, your metabolism start working great. You just make the change. Instead of buying up there, you buy in here with your company. Or you have, another one that is super, it's made of green coffee. And this is the result that I found. This is what happens when you start changing your lifestyle and replacing all the stuff that are not good for you for all the stuff that are good for you. If you drink milk, this is a poison. You can replace it for any of this. So there are many things that you can sort of switch your money from things that are making you sick for things that will make you healthy. If you need energy, with all the problems that will bring you that, you switch to these products. You mix the three of them, it will be like orange juice, and it's amazing, it tastes so good. And you have energy for 6-8 hours. If you're using shampoo or any of these things, you see how many chemicals you have? For example, shampoo has 16 different chemicals that will be bad for you. The eyeshadow, 26, blah, 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 blah. You are using chemicals that will absorb through your skin and will go inside your body and make a lot of problems. Actually, one of the things that they say that cancer could be one of those things that are inside of the product you are using. Now you replace for something that is made from a multivitamin, multi-herbs, and you will have a healthy shampoo. Or instead of a lipstick that has lead that will go to your brain and you can develop Alzheimer, but you go for our stuff. And our stuff is made, like say for this with aloe vera organic. This one, will have a lot of healthy stuff like algae. You have here inspiring ginseng, and you have all the stuff that you can replace in your house. Now, let's see how we make money with this. If I find that white person that he wants to do the right things, if he replaces all the stuff that I will teach him why and how to replace, then it's going to be a big change. I took this from Kiyosaki, I took few of them, and I like this one. And this is what I see in making money, that many people, they are looking for a paycheck. And he says paycheck is not a real living. And you have to change your focus from making money to serving more people, makes money to come in. And this is our basic principle. How I help people to be healthy, to fire his doctor, and be healthy the rest of his life, and enjoy all the other stuff that we talk about. Money is not a goal, it has a value because of the dreams it helps you to achieve. So let's see how much money can we really make money with this. And he has this is a quadrant that he's talking, and in the left side we have, somebody that has a job. He has a job and he trades time for money. And the left side, he says, is the side of the poor people, and the right side is the side of the people that can be wealthy. And then there are people that are self-employed, and this is maybe a lawyer, maybe it's a dentist, maybe he has his own business, and he is the main guy in a business. He also trades time for money. But we have the chance to be on the right side when we own a system. And this is the main part to making money. You own a system. If people follow the system, or for example, I teach the system to 5, 10 people, and they learn the system and they teach the system, then miracles will happen. In our company, in Omnilife, we have 7 ways of earning money. I won't explain all of them, but for example, we can buy the product, and this is going to start now in few days at 50% discount. That means that when I sell the product, I will have 100% profit from myself, because if I buy for 100 and this is 50% discount and I sell it for 200, then it's going to be 100% profit in whatever you buy. But then we have the fast start, when if I find somebody that he joins joins my group, then every time he buys, I get money. But this money is really good, but then because we can get almost 20% from whatever he buys. If he buys $100, we can make $20. 10% is going to be for life, and the other 10% for 90 days. So in this way, we have different, if we start working, going through the ladder, then we are getting more ways of earning money. But I would like to go to a specific part, and is that we have these three types of money. There is a fast money. You start today, and today you can make money with yourselves, or if you make people join, and if they buy the same day, you're already making money from that. The other is residual money. Residual money is the money that you don't have to work for it. You already work once. And for example, I signed a guy 20 years ago and still making money from that organization. And basically, if all the others disappear, I still can live without any problem with only that person that I worked 20 years ago. And he doesn't need me anymore already for about, I don't know, 17 years. And there is the third part is the huge money. And the huge money is really easy to make. This, they call it beach money. Once you make huge money, you don't have to work for it anymore once you made it. Okay, this is a basic principle for me. If you find 10 people and you work with them, go through changing the house from a toxic house to a healthy house with all the changes we talked about, a few minutes ago, then basically each person will give you $1 a day. Not will give you, the company will pay you $1 a day. And this is because you already told him how to do all those changes. Now, once he learned how to do all those changes, then he can teach others to do the same, and you don't have to be involved. This is the magic of this. So those 10 people, if they give you $1 a day, and there are 10 people, it will be $10 a day. And this is a $300 a month just for teaching those 10 people to be healthier. Now, those 10, what are they going to do? Because they are they're 100%, they want to get all the benefits, the trips, the money, the health, everything they want, then they will look for another 10 people. So if they look for another 10 people, then the second level, you have 100. So 100 will mean $100 a day for 30 days, $3,000 at the end of the month. Now, what happened with the third level? The third level is going to be 1,000. You are making already 30,000 a month. Now, what I would like to point out, stress out, is that if you do a good job with those 10, imagine you spend a month or two working with those 10. They know everything they have to know. They know all the basics. Now, they have to work everyone with 10. So you don't have to work the second level, but you will get the benefits. Now, if those, remember that we said that you own a system, and the system is teaching them how to have a healthy house. So then you have 1,000. And this is a $30,000 a month check. But it doesn't stop there, because from next month on, we can earn as many levels as we want. And if we take just 6 levels, like we used to have until now, those numbers are really astounding. I know it's kind of difficult to believe, But if everything goes, if the system is simple enough that they can follow, and they can follow, say, instead of drinking black soda, I'm drinking this. Instead of having breakfast with this, I will have that. Instead of drinking milk, I'm drinking this. I already explained that. This is supposed to work. But here we are talking in a sex level, we are talking 30 million. And I say, what about if only works 10%? What about it works only 1%? Well, you will have a lifestyle that even the president doesn't have. Well, I guess, I don't know. Okay, so one of the things that I learned is this, that in life, you can have everything you want if you help enough people to get what they want. Now, question is, what do people want? Do you believe they want health? Do you believe they want extra money? Do you believe they would like to have vacations? Do you believe they would like to have all the freedom? Do you believe they would like to say, okay, I already worked for 1, 2, 3 years, I will take 1 year vacation, and your economy is not going to suffer? You will still get the money month after month. Okay, so this is the wonder that before Omnilife I didn't know. Before Omnilife I was, saying, okay, I have extra month after my check was gone. It was never enough. Now everything changed, and this is what we have to offer. Everything starts there. You can sign up, start learning. I was telling yesterday to people that we went to sign, you say, in 1 week, you can be ready. You can be ready with everything. You almost don't need us anymore, but we will be still there, and your life will change. So thank you. I believe this is all I want to show today. If there's any question.
No, this is amazing. I am really thank you, Anatolij, because I didn't know your story. So it's amazing how do you change your life, your health, and the most amazing part for me is the change in your lifestyle, because you look younger now than before, and it's amazing how many people you are helping around the world, because I know you have downline not only in the U.S., but which other countries do you have downline? Mexico and where else?
The Dominican Republic, Argentina, Nicaragua, no, Guatemala, Salvador.
That's great. That's great, because the only way for us to earn money, or you are listening to this conference, is helping another people to get their dreams done. So I have some questions. The first one would be, what would your message be to those starting in Omnilife? For the people who is already in Omnilife.
Okay, once that is going to start in Omnilife, first is believe in a person that will sponsor you. This is the most important part, because I believe in education. You have to learn. It's not difficult. Like I was saying, in 1 week you can learn almost everything you need to start and do this business. You don't need to have degrees or anything. It's more, I don't know if you saw one of the pictures in Rome. There are people that they didn't go to school, and they are making it really good, in this. So first, believe in yourself, believe in that person, and learn the basic that you have to learn. Second, one of the things I like, I was reading about Bill Gates, he at that time was the richest man in the world, and he said, and when they asked him why or how you became so rich, and he says, I was in the right time and I was in the right moment. Okay, and he said, that is all? He said, no, because there are other people that were in the right time, in the right moment, and they did make it. But the other one is that I have a vision. I say, and he said, there were others that they had a vision. They were smarter than I am, and they didn't make it. So the difference is I put a lot of action. So basically, our business is a lot of action. What is action? Talking to people. Now, one of the things is, for example, if somebody comes with me, because everyone works different,
Yes, of course.
I will say, let's go to your house. See first what you want. You know, if he has health problem, we start with that. We work with that. And I start working with the change of habits. I don't believe that it's really a good idea having the product give the nutrients and then eating all the stuff that will take the nutrients away. So it doesn't make sense. So he has to understand that, and he starts making the changes, and it will show in about 1, 2, or 3 weeks. It will show most of the times. Losing weight, feeling better, look better, more energy, all that stuff will happen. And that will happen, will attract the attention of the people. I say, hey, what are you doing? If not, he has to talk to people. Basically, our business is talking to people. That's the main thing. And talking to people is find the right person. There are a lot of people that are not going to be good for this.
How do you find the right person?
You talk to a lot of people until you find the right person. When I start, this is something that I was going out. When I was in Mexico, Ricardo Guzman was saying, Anatolij comes with the big flights. I was bringing engineers, I was bringing architects, I was bringing people that I know, no. None of them stick. No, none of them are in my life. Not anymore. And I was bringing. I had my combi. The one I showed you. It didn't have a seat in the middle, so I can squeeze almost 15 people inside my combi. And I was, just open the door, bringing them to Coatzacoalcos, and wow, they got excited, but they didn't do anything. But then when I came to the States, because I had to finish some stuff that I had in the States, I went to a guy that I knew that he had a newspaper. He was involved with almost everything. He was sort of a big shot. He knows thousands of people. I say, well, I will get rich with this guy.
I have to convince him.
I follow him. I sign him. I work with him. He made meetings, but he didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to do anything. He wanted me to do everything, and that doesn't work, because the system is that everyone has to do his part. So when I was with him, wasting my time, all of a sudden came a guy. His name is Pedro Sandoval, and he went to San Francisco fixing his immigration papers, and he was so pressed to go to the bathroom, and he didn't know where to go, so he went to his office. This guy, his name is Wilbur. So he went to Wilbur and said, Wilbur, can I borrow your? He didn't want to say, I went to go to your bathroom to piss, So he said, Wilbur, you told me about a job. And he says, yes, Pedro, sit down. And Anatolij explained to him. And he left. And, I was after Wilbur, and all of a sudden he puts me, Pedro, in front. And I didn't want to talk to Pedro, I was so focused that I have to get, through Wilbur. And so I said to Pedro, okay, Pedro, this is, and I don't know, I explained very little because I wasn't really excited about. And he says, I know Omnilife from Mexico. Oh, yeah, great, okay. So I didn't offer anything to him, I say, I explain him, and that's it, go, no? So all of a sudden he says, if I organize a meeting, would you go? I said, let's see my agenda, see my book. I didn't have a book, I didn't have anything. So next day he calls me and he says, I have 15 people for tomorrow. Would you come? It's about 1 hour and a half from where I was living. I said, okay, I go. He was having 10 to 15 meetings a day for me for almost, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. And he became, my best leg. He was doing great. He was a master of making, getting people together. And we made a team. I was the speaker and he was the one that was, but then he learned all the stuff and he didn't need me anymore. And this is the other part of the story. After about 2 years, he started, he fired me, put it that way. He said,
I don't need you anymore.
I don't need you. I don't want you anymore.
I don't want you anymore.
How come? This is not good. I was so upset that he fired me. But then I understood that this is actually what you have to do. You have to find people that will fire you. Because I was messing up in a way that people were looking for me instead of him. And this is something that I learned later on. It took me years. I was really upset for years. To know that, you just train people, see that they can do it, and just let it go. Let it go, and they'll do it. If they need you, they call you. They don't call you. Great. You see that everything is growing. No. So he became the first silver in the United States.
Whoa.
He was the second gold because we became the first gold. And he was
Wow.
the second. The only gold in the United States were just Pedro and me. So, like say, you find the people. Now I am looking for people and trying to find the clues that will tell me he will do it. He has the courage. He wants to do it. He will put the time. He wants to learn. He has to have few qualities. And once you find it, then you go for it. Go, yeah, just 100% work with him.
That's amazing. That's amazing story. I didn't know that, but it's amazing because everybody can do it in this business. They have to be hungry. They have to work. They have to have goals. They have to have an agenda and a marketing plan, or they have to talk to the people with everybody, right?
Yeah, the most important thing, they have to be hungry. You said the word. This is the most important part. They want, and there is something that I like from, I have from a book. That is, imagine there are two guys. One is already experienced, and every time he talks to people, from 10, 5 or 6 says yes. And the other is not so experienced, and he has to talk to 8 people, so 2 say no. You believe that this guy that has less experience can make it bigger than the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if this guy is hungry, he will talk to 100 people, and the other will talk with 15. And from 100 people, 2 will make more people than the other. And the most important thing that you learn making it. You learn doing it,
But do it. Yeah, learn by
You
do it.
do it and you learn. You see what works, you see what doesn't work. And this is the best learning. Of course, if you can go to books and, just prepare yourself, it's much better, go faster, But if you pay attention what works and what doesn't work, this is the best school. Like say I was doing things that made people go away. I was so tough in the beginning. I remember I had a meeting about, I don't know, 50 people, and one person start doing, saying, oh, all the excuses. I said, okay, I hear all the excuses after 9, and we finish the meeting at 8. I won't be here. So I didn't want to hear anything that was, an excuse or anything like that. And I was really rough with people in that way. That I say, okay, you want it or you don't, So you don't want, just don't, just don't mess up the time. But later on, I understood that I have to, and this is something, like I said, working with people, you start growing inside, and things that you done in the beginning, you don't do it anymore, So I start, say, appreciating people, and I start, understanding people, the most important thing, and also respecting the other part. If he doesn't want to do it, who I am to tell him to do or not to do, or so, if he doesn't want to do it, great, he's still my friend. In the beginning, it wasn't that way, I was really, really tough. With that. So this is what I was saying about growing with the business, because all our business is relationships. You relate to people and you learn through relationship. It's amazing.
So making friends.
Yeah, this is the main idea. If you don't become friend with the guy you are working with, something wrong. It's not going to work.
Yes, of course. Okay, Anatolij, we have all the time, enough time. I mean, all the time. So thank you very much. I really appreciate this conference because, as I told you at the beginning, this is the first time I speak in English. My wife is gonna be impressed with me, surely, because I never.
Great, eh? I like it.
Yeah, really. I never study English, but I learned a lot of things from you. So thank you very much. I hope in the near future talk to you again. So thank you very much, Anatolij. Bye-bye.
Okay. Good night.
Bye-bye. Okay, let me put my... Okay. So thank you very much. This is the conference with Anatolij. So I learned a lot of things. In order to be successful in this company, you have to be hungry. You have to stop making excuses about life, about the economy, about the government, about your parents, about everything, and put to work. You have to work using the products, because this is the easy way, using the products, learning about the other people, how to do it, and go and do it. You can be successful. Anatolij belongs to the Millionaire Club. That means he have earned more than $1 million. Listen to me, $1 million working with Omnilife. So you can do it. Invite everybody. We're starting in the US, and we need people who are hungry. If you are not people, you can talk with the people who invite you, with the person who invite you, and start with Omnilife right now. Adios, Walter Sanchez. Bye. Thank you. Bye.